Well, we've been able to cover a lot of what it is that you can see without having to log in. Without having to actually log in with an account, there's a lot of information out here, a lot of content that you can click on, that you can go to. And we also pointed out some of that content that you can't see, where it prompts you to log in order to see that restricted content. So now let's take a closer look at logging in, what the registration looks like, and then what that content looks like that we couldn't see before. Registration is limited to just NDEDIC members, meaning registration itself isn't free, but it comes free with your NDEDIC membership. There are all kinds of different accounts, different types of memberships. The rule of thumb is if you have an individual account, an individual membership to NDEDIC, you have a login. If you have a corporate membership, there's multiple logins. You can get up to 25 with a company account or a corporate account or something like that. But if you're interested in getting all those details, you can click that Join Now button. It will walk you through the process of joining NDEDIC and the costs and things to that. Otherwise, if you're an individual member or if you're a corporate member, there's a primary account holder. I am not the primary account holder. I work for Emeritus Group, and Emeritus primary account holder is her name is April, and she has went and logged in as herself to the NDEDIC backend and created an account for me. So I'm already on the system because my primary account holder, the person at my company, at my organization that purchased the membership, the corporate membership, has already set my account up for me. If you don't know who your primary account holder is, it's a good time to go ahead and email. Go to the Contact Us page under NDEDIC. Fill out that form. It's going to find its way to somebody who can answer that question for you. You can just put right in here in that comment, say, I don't know if I have a membership. We might have a membership. If you're unclear about all that stuff, the person on the other end of this form is going to be to help you. More likely it'll be Carol or somebody from NDEDIC who's going to help you figure out what your account information you're going to need in order to do the registration. So I'm going to log in as me, and we're going to take a look at two different things. We're going to look at all the content that we couldn't see before, and we're going to take a look at what it is to see what this box changes to once I log in. So I'm going to log in with my username and my password, and I'm going to sign in. Notice right away what changes up here in the top right. I'm going to click on the NDEDIC homepage for a second so I get out. That was the last page I viewed when I logged in. But I'm going to click on the NDEDIC homepage. So I'm still back at the homepage. I still got my left-hand menu. I got my search, and I got the calendar down here. But this section of the site changed. No longer does it have the username and passwords, but it has some other pages I can go to that really talk about my profile. So it knows who I am. And let's take a look at what these items are. Profile home. This is going to look very similar to something you might see on something like Facebook. Feeds is your activity screen where you can see all the things that are going on with people that you're connected to or groups of people that you're connected to. For instance, I'm not connected to Tom Drinkard, but I am connected to the NDEDIC UIF work group. So I can kind of see that something's going on there in the last 10 hours. I also noticed that, let's see if I can scroll down, something that I did. I registered for an event. Something that somebody I'm connected to Carol, and something that she did. She posted a new topic under one of these groups. So very much like Facebook. It's weird that you have to reference Facebook for people to understand a lot. A lot of people are involved in Facebook. They know how it is. If you're not, that's cool too. But you can kind of see what this kind of activity is getting at, what different things that people are doing. And then under wall, this is the same type of deal, except this is all about you, all about the person logged in. So it filters. This is something I did. I registered for the webinar. I connected to Sue Nemec. I registered for the EDI Basics workshop. I'm connected with April Rimpley. Connections are friendships. Very, again, kind of analogous to Facebook friends. But they're called connections. So you might not be personal friends. Sharon and I aren't personal friends, but I met her at one of the NDEDIC UIF committee or UIF forum meetings, and wanted to reach out to her for a networking connection type thing, and we got connected. This is, again, one of those value things for the website, networking, getting connections to other people in the industry. And some other things I did, I commented on a photo, connected with Carol way back in November. And then I'm going to click on bio. This is all about me. Now, this isn't information that just becomes available. This is information that I've typed in myself, and I can change. So I added that I'm part of a Emeritus group. I'm a business analyst. I live in Lincoln, and I added my work and my phone number, my cell phone number. I added my birthday. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't want my birthday shown. I get that. I understand that. So I'm going to click on Edit, and I'm going to go to Birthday, and I'm going to delete it. In fact, I don't want people to know where I live. I'm going to delete that too. So one time I typed those in. One time I put that in there, and I'm going to click Save now. And all of a sudden, on my bio, this is a bio that people can see, that members of NDEDIC can see, registered users can see, and they no longer get to see my birthday or my personal address. I mean, that stuff makes sense. You don't have to share anything you really don't want to. And there are some things that by default aren't shared, mailing addresses, things like that. And then there's a link, a profile link that goes directly to my member profile. I can copy this, right? I can highlight it, right click, and click copy. And I can send that to a friend that's on the NDEDIC website, and this will take them directly to my profile page. There's a number of different ways people can get to your profile page, but that's just one. And then other stuff on this page. This is my associates. These are the people that I work with at Emeritus. So all these people here, these 17, have accounts, have NDEDIC membership accounts, and work at Emeritus. These aren't people that report to me. They're just people that are also from the same company. And then the groups I'm involved with within the NDEDIC website. I'm part of the UIF work group. I'm part of this other UIF work group. I'm part of the stakeholders, payers. And we'll take a look at what those groups look like here in a little bit. And then it shows my connections. These connections are Facebook friends. These are your friends or your connections that you've made through the NDEDIC website. So I'm going to click on View Connections. I only have 6 friends. That's kind of sad. But I got good ones. So this was Sharon. This was the lady I met at one of the NDEDIC conferences. Leanne and April. All these people I've went out and explicitly said I wanted to make a connection with. And again, very analogous to what you might see for something like Facebook Friends or Twitter, where people are connected on Twitter. You connect to one another. Same type of deal. And if I wanted to, because I am connected, I can go see Damon's personal page, or view how many connections he has, friends. I can send him a private message or view some of the photos that he's uploaded. Some of this stuff I can't do if I wasn't connected with Damon. Same type of thing for April. I can kind of see April last updated something 8 hours ago. And I bet if I go back to my profile homepage, I could find that thing, whatever it was down here. April did something so long ago. I could find her in here or on the wall if it was something that she might have connected with me about. And if I didn't want to have this information out here, great, I can just delete it. Let's say I don't want to delete some of this stuff, but if I wanted to, I could delete my wall entry about commenting on a photo. That's about it under the profile homepage. We're going to come back to it. I'm going to show you some more examples about these buttons here and about this online now thing. But let's go through. Right now we're going to skip those. We'll come back to them. Let's go to the next section under here, manage profile. Now this section really has, it's very pretty first. You can see that, very colorful. But this is the lion's share of what you can see lion's share of being able to manage things once you've logged in. And I'm going to quickly go through these. Some of these, I'll tell you what, honestly, I'm not familiar with. I haven't went into things like pages and photo gallery or files and links. So I'm going to skip those. But here's the point in the webinar that I want to encourage you to go out to this manage profile section, go through some of these things. You're not going to break anything. You can upload photos, you can upload files, you can kind of walk through that process. Just in the interest of time, I can't cover everything. So I'm going to show you the things that I found most interesting, the things I use a lot. Edit bio. You've seen this page. We just looked at it. I can delete, edit, change anything in here. I'm going to go back to manage profile. Preferences. This is really about turning on and off things. I use this a lot for email. So if I get a connection invite on NDEDIC, I want an email sent to me when somebody sends me a connection invite. Email sent to my personal email address or my work email address. And I'm going to uncheck that if I don't want that email. Because I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to sit on the NDEDIC website waiting for somebody to try to connect with me. So it'll send out an email telling me somebody's tried to make a connection with you, or somebody has updated their profile, or somebody's uploaded a new photo. Now, if I don't want to see that stuff, I don't care. I can uncheck those things. If you don't want the wall on your profile, you don't want anybody seeing all those things that you do, that you update with or who you connect with, just uncheck that. If you want people knowing that that you're online now when you're logged into the site, you can uncheck that too. So a lot of stuff that you're able to set to protect your own privacy. To be honest, I find a lot of these things unthreatening. I don't care if people see if I'm connected to Sue, but to each their own, and I think that's one of the best things about the site. You can set those type of preferences. Let's go back to manage profile. Favorites. This is, you can go onto a page on the NDEDIC website and you can set, you can say, man, this NDEDIC overview page, this was awesome. I'm going to add it to my favorites. It says add this to your favorites. By clicking that little star, it's going to add it to my favorites. This is very much like your Internet Explorer or your web browser favorites. You can certainly use your favorites from your internet browser to mark these pages, but this is just another way. If I wanted to keep this, add this one to my favorites, I just click submit. This page is now added to my favorites. Notice the gold star lights up. And if I go back to manage profile, I go back to favorites, I have the NDEDIC overview added. I also added this new NDEDIC website there some time ago. And I can delete them. I can just, that's no longer my favorite. And this one's no longer my favorite. And it'll show that I have no favorites. Another quick way to get at that favorites menu is over here, the far right underneath favorites. What I found is that these items these items where my cursor is, if I click on manage profile, all of these other items are also referenced in this manage profile section. So groups, there's a link item. It's where is it at on this? It's right here. Here's groups. And then networks, there's networks. Files and links, files and links. So these items here are also referenced in this Manage Profile section. So we've went through Edit Bio, Preferences, Favorites. Now we're going to Networks. Networks is about social media connections. So my Facebook, I have a Facebook page, I have a LinkedIn page and a Twitter and a Blogger, and I've connected my NDEDIC profile with these other external social sites. Why would you do that? What's the point in that? You might ask. I'll show you. If somebody's viewing my profile, they might have met me somewhere on an NDEDIC conference, and they say, "Hey, I really like that guy." And so you go out to my bio to read more about me, and you'll notice that because I linked my NDEDIC account with these other networks, I got these little icons that show up that take visitors to my personal Facebook page or my personal LinkedIn page or Twitter page. Now, you don't have to have those. This is something this is optional, right? It might make no difference to you, and then that can completely make sense. But if somebody says, "Man, I really like this Steve Kennedy, not just a professional relationship, but a personal one. He's a great guy," I might want to go see what he's, about him on Facebook and connect with him on Facebook. And you have the option of doing that. But you have to link your account, your NDEDIC account, to those different social sites in order to do that. So I'm going to go back to Manage Profile. And that was Networks. Blogs. Now, blogs are just journal entries, people writing about stuff they know. If you want to start a professional blog about dental EDI, I think NDEDIC website is a great place to start that. You can share your blog with others. You can restrict who gets to comment, who doesn't. I don't have a blog on here, but let's take a look at it. If I click on blogs, I can start my blog called Mostly Gibberish, and I don't want nobody to comment on it. I'm just going to lock it down, and I don't want people to vote on it. I don't want people to make comments. I'm just going to say, this is a cool blog about stuff. And I'm going to click Submit. Now that's just creating the blog itself. Doesn't actually create an entry. Doesn't create a journal entry. It's just creating a blog. You can have multiple blogs. I'm going to go into my Mostly Gibberish blog, and I'm going to create a new post. And I'm going to say, this is a test. And I can do all sorts of formatting with that and putting in pictures and all sorts of things, and click Submit. Oh, it wants me to enter a title, so I'm going to call this, this is a test. And I'm going to click Submit. And now all of a sudden I have this blog post. It's called This is a Test. I wrote it. I can edit it or post on it. I can share this. People who are connected with me can read my blog. If I want to be, if I want to have focus in on EDI, dental related EDI, and I want to be a voice in the industry of that, the NDEDIC website is a great place to start that blog. So I'm going to delete my post, and I'm also going to go to back over here to Manage Profile, and I'm going to go back into blogs, and I'm going to delete my blog. I'm going to click on this little wrench guy, and I'm going to click delete. It says, "Hey, you're going to be deleting your blog. That's great." Maybe. If it doesn't work once, it'll work again, right? There we go. So now my blog was deleted. Now it's going to ask me to create a new blog because that's the only thing that's available. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go back to Manage Profile. I'm going to skip Pages and Photo Gallery. Obviously, Photo Gallery, you can upload pictures in albums. Maybe you went to a conference and you're uploading your own photos, your Photo Gallery. You can share those with your connections or make those publicly available to the NDEDIC membership base. Files and links, sharing files. I don't know if you're going to be doing that. That's a common thing, but you certainly can. If you have documentation or maybe a crosswalk or something that other NDEDIC members might find useful, you can share that in there. Certifications, I don't go in. I'm not for sure what that is, but here's a great chance for you to go in, and if you say you might find some value there. That's great. One of the things I do find really important is the messaging. So messaging is just like your inbox, your email inbox. I have 8 messages in there. I've got one from Tom and one from Sue. This just shows me Sue Nemec connected with me on NDEDIC. Got an email from Oscar about predeterminations. This is very much like you have a message box in Facebook. It's your email inbox. Now, every time I get an email or a message in the message center from NDEDIC, it also sends me an email to my real email account telling me I got a message. So, it also has other things. You can mark them red, you can mark them unread, delete them, very much like a email inbox. I'm going to go back to Manage Profile and Groups. Here is my membership into different types of groups. And guess what? Remember that groups we had over here in the left-hand menu and the stuff that we couldn't get into before? I'm going to click on Groups down here. And it's going to tell me all the groups I've now been enabled or associated with. And theoretically, I shouldn't be able to get into any groups that I'm not a part of, or I shouldn't be able to see the restricted content that's part of those groups if I'm not part of them. So meaning that there could be some general public information in these work groups, in these committees, that can be shared with the NDEDIC membership base. There also could be some restricted content that's only eligible to the members of these committees. And so I can go into one of these groups. I'm going to go into Payers. And I can see the Payers group. There's some other members, some things that may be specific to the Payers group, or maybe specific to be to a broader audience. I mean, these look like broader audience type things, but certainly I can make a post to just this Payer group. We'll take a closer look at the Payer groups and all the options that they have in here in a little bit. But let's jump back to member or Manage Profile. And connections was the next thing here. This is, like I explained before, this is friendships. These are connections with other individuals. And I've got my 6 friends. Go back to Manage Profile. And referrals. These are referrals I've made to people who aren't NDEDIC members. And subscriptions. If I can subscribe to somebody else's blog. I can subscribe to a forum, and I'll show you what forums are here in a minute. And then it'll put all that content, all those things under my subscriptions, and I can manage that subscription, delete it. I can choose to get email from those things. A lot of functionality here. Then event registrations. I'm going to click on it so we can see what they are. But you can see that I've been registered for these 3 events, and I can print a receipt for those things. Send it off to my accounting department and so on. We'll go back to to Profile Home, and then my orders. I've ordered one thing here. I've ordered the $69 EDI Basics workshop. So I have an invoice here. And that covers everything under Manage Profile. Again, all these things on the right-hand side can be referenced in somewhere within here, and that is the gist of that is the crux of all the being able to manage profile part of this.